Bolin is a lovable goofball and Korra's biggest cheerleader. Throughout the series, Bolin has an odd assortment of jobs: pro bender, actor, activist, detective, and secretary. From this list, you can tell that Bolin's story is pretty chaotic. Within that chaos, there are 3 significant lessons that need to be discussed. Let's take a deeper look, shall we? From the first moments we see Bolin on screen, we can see how confident he is. He's bold and will take risks to help the greater good. He may not think things through all the way, but he's there to help no matter what. Like when the Fire Ferrets need money to enter the pro bending tournament, Bolin finds some help from his old friend Shady Shin. Granted, Bolin doesn't think too hard about the consequences of his actions, only thinking about how he can shoulder some of his brother Mako's pressure of finding a solution. Within this example, we see just how kind-hearted the boy is, wanting to be that person that his friends can lean on during tough times. Bolin might be looked upon as the comic relief of Team Avatar, but in all honesty, he has one of the most important jobs in the group. He's the glue that keeps the team together, balancing out the group with a friend-to-all approach. Look at the reunion episode in Book 4. Bolin is nowhere to be found and the team is getting on one another's nerves. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think there's anyone that dislikes Bolin. This guy is the friendliest. Starting up a conversation with the dangerous Red Lotus members, Bolin is a social butterfly for sure, but his dedication and loyalty to his closest friends sets him apart from others, even when he has no clue what he's doing. Like when he pretends to be Asami's assistant in Book 2. Not gonna lie, I wish we had more Asami and Bolin moments throughout the series. They had a great dynamic. No matter the task, he will always bring his infectious energy, encouraging others with his positivity. That's the first lesson he teaches, the importance of a positive attitude. I realize not everyone has this ability to be this eager. Look at the other main characters of this show. Most of them come across as serious or stoic, whereas Bolin has a full-on golden retriever type of vibe here, always ready for anything and happy to be a part of the team. Not everyone can be as boisterous as Bolin, but we can strive to bring that level of humanity and compassion into our day-to-day. Most importantly, to just be happy for others and cheer for their accomplishments. As we've stated before, Bolin has an odd assortment of jobs on his resume, going from pro athlete to working as President Zhu Li's assistant. From these changes in occupation, it truly looks like Bolin is aimless. Every other character has motivation, a passion. Korra is destined to be the Avatar. Mako loves his job as a detective, and Asami is great at being an inventor, a businesswoman. I'm gonna be honest, I still have no idea what Asami's job is. All I know is she's passionate about it. Bolin is the only one out of his friend group that has yet to find a purpose, yet to find his place. He starts out as a pro bender, enjoying cheering fans. Once Korra and Mako move on, the spark quickly dies. Then he becomes an actor, again loving the attention from the fans, but missing the deeper connection with his closest friends, even opening up about it with Asami. This leads into Book 3, where Bolin takes a break from finding his dream job to hang out with his friends, traveling to find new airbenders with Korra and the gang, and also trying to learn a new skill in metal bending, then learning that he has a rarer ability in lava bending. I'm curious, which is cooler, metal bending or lava bending? Let me know in the comments down below. I'm leaning more towards lava bending, but that's just me. After Korra gets injured, Bolin has some self-reflection, wanting to spread peace and happiness within the Earth Kingdom, just like what he's been doing with the Avatar, which is a big reason why he joins Kuvira's ranks. Depending on how you slice this could be looked upon as a bad thing, but I don't fault Bolin for taking action for what he thinks is right. Then, in the comic world, he tries out being Mako's partner, and then quits after the threat is neutralized. Currently, he works as President Moon's assistant. It seems like he's gonna stick with it, I think. Most of the ruins of the Empire comics had Mako, Asami, and Bolin brainwashed, so I'm not really sure what his thoughts are about his job. From these changes in direction, one could argue that this guy probably has some commitment issues, but I also see his actions as completely normal. In book 1, Bolin is 16 years old and the youngest member of Team Avatar. At age 16, I don't think many know what their passion is. If you did, I'm very happy for you. I know that might sound sarcastic with my monotone voice, but I genuinely am happy for you. For most of us, we're going to be more like Bolin, a little clueless about what we want to do. This feeling of aimlessness can still hit even when we go to college or university. We might not know what the future has to hold. Even at 20 years old, Bolin struggles to find his purpose. It happens, and it's okay to be lost. The odd mix of jobs can be a bigger asset than we realize, because it helps us take the first steps in finding our own way. For Bolin, wandering from job to job is a very important thing, because it helps him understand himself. Being a pro bender and actor was awesome. He loved the adoring crowds, but he was missing that closer connection with the people that really mattered. Although he's unemployed in book 3, he takes some time off to find himself, going back to what he really enjoyed, helping the world as a member of Team Avatar. That right there is the biggest thing Bolin wants in life. He wants to spread kindness, to make others happy, whether that's from humanitarian efforts or entertainment. That wouldn't have been discovered if he didn't take initiative to look deeper within himself. Finding your passion is hard, I'm not gonna deny it, but always remember that the time we spend searching for it isn't a waste. It's necessary for self-discovery, making this the second lesson Bolin teaches us, to step outside of our comfort zone to find our passions in this crazy world we live in. At some point, we're all gonna grow up and face reality, grow into ourselves and mature. In some circumstances, some have to grow up quicker than others, forcing them to be hardened by the world around them. For Asami and Mako, this is precisely what happens to them. Asami first loses her mother at a young age, then having the pressure of building a bankrupt company after her dad is put in prison. Honestly, this is one of the things that I wish this show expanded upon, because it was pretty impressive that she was able to accomplish this. In Mako's case, he grew up when both his parents died, causing him and his brother to live on the streets. Mako, being the older brother, shields Bolin from the brunt of their harsh reality. As for Korra, things are a little more complicated when it comes to her maturity. Reality is still not very kind to her, throwing her around like a rag doll. But we have talked about this in length in another video. Maybe consider checking it out after watching this one. Bolin is once again the odd man out, the one that is still bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, still a dreamer even when times get tough. Even after exiting Kovira's army, Bolin has an idealistic approach to life. He could have been broken and defeated. He picks himself and Varric off the ground and works through it, never breaking his optimistic spirit. Reality does come a-knockin' at Bolin in book 4, but the world doesn't harden him like it does the other members of Team Avatar. Bolin is still a lovable goofball, even if Opal, his girlfriend, is angry with him for joining Kovira. Opal, listen, I understand you have some feud with Kovira, but do you really have to take it out on Bolin? We're all human, we all make mistakes. Growing up is a part of life, but that doesn't mean we have to say goodbye to our inner child. We can still be silly from time to time. This is another lesson that Bolin teaches us. Bolin fully embraces who he is, finding a way to love every moment of his life. Life may throw a rock at him from time to time, but he's able to bend it out of his way. Just like his insane level of positivity, not everyone has this same level of excitement. But what we can do is remember to let loose and not take ourselves too seriously. Bolin is a lot more than what meets the eye. Throughout his journey, he has the ability to teach us 3 important lessons: to be positive, to step outside your comfort zone, to find your passion, and don't let reality break your spirit. In the world that we live in today, these lessons can be hard to implement. The world has gotten a lot more divided, but none of these things are impossible. We can always try our best to be a little more optimistic, like our dear friend Bolin. And maybe if we do, we can make the world a little brighter. But hey, that's just what I think. Let me know your thoughts about Bolin in the comments down below. If you enjoy The Legend of Korra, check out this playlist right here. I hope you guys have a lovely day, and I'll see you next time.